Shalom, shalom. This is your brother Yashimai from the JMS Atlantic Camp. Before I get into this message, I want to start off by giving all praises, all glory, and all honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahashim Kakadash. And I want to send double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, who do real well. This is going to be my second attempt at this message. I tried the first one, and my phone did something whack. So bear with me if I'm overly excited or if it sounds like I'm rushing through it. This is an in-transit message. It's a very good message, I believe, and hopefully it's edifying unto your spirit. I'm going to start off this message with Amos 3 and 7 because this is foundational. It's going to be the first scripture that I'm going to bring up, and it's going to be the last scripture too because we're going to circle back to it. Amos 3 and 7. Surely the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, will do nothing, but he reveals his secret unto his servants, the prophets. Okay, so who are his servants? Okay, who are his servants? Matter of fact, let's get the etymology on servant. Okay, a servant is a male or female person or domestic attendant, one owing duty of service to a master or lower or lord. Now, what we owe the service because the covenant was between Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, and Israel. Okay, I will be your God and you will be my people. And the law was given unto his people. So the servants are Israel. Okay, how were we servants? We were called to be servants by listening to his law, by abiding within his commandments. Okay, so his servants were only Israel because only Israel was given the law to serve the Most High. Okay, very simple here. Okay, I'm sure that you guys can grasp it. This is very simple. Just like when you go, if you're a waiter or a waitress, you have to know who your table is for you to wait on them. You can't, you can't just go wait on random people if they're not your table. You can't just go and you can't serve someone whom you don't know. Okay, and who was the only people known to the Most High? Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Israel. Okay, so his servants, for you to be a servant, that requires a relationship is required. Okay, so the servants are his people, the prophets. Very foundational, and we're going to get some more scriptures to back this up. But this lesson is going to be a foundational cut. A foundational cut to what? A foundational cut to the lie that Cornelius in the book of Acts chapter 10 was a heathen, or a wicked, now when I say wicked, I'm talking about an Edomite. Cornelius was an Israelite, and I'm going to prove it. Now, there's going to be a foundational cut. I'm not going to go through all the scriptures on Cornelius. I'm just going to go through the first 4 verses, and it's going to cut the foundation. Okay, so I did a quick Google search because when you disprove something, the best way to disprove something is not only by disproving the small details, but you just cut them at the feet, man. Because once you cut them at the feet, everything else falls down. All right. So when you do a quick Google search, it says yes, the foundation of a building is extremely important, as it is the base that supports the entire structure, right? So if you can just cut the fact that Cornelius wasn't a Gentile, as in a heathen nation, or that he wasn't a Roman, if you can cut that, then the rest doesn't matter because everything falls upon itself. Okay, so this is going to be a foundational cut to Cornelius, to the Cornelius doctrine, because this is the one where Christians will say, this is the first time, man, this is clear-cut evidence. So we're going to read Acts 10, and then we're going to get some scriptures, some precepts. And what this lesson is going to aim to do is going to aim to show that only the righteous have a relationship with the Most High. It's going to prove who doesn't have a relationship with the Most High. And then I'm going to give you 2 historical facts in the Old Testament that show that Cornelius could not have been a heathen, or he could not have been a wicked. Now again, when I say the word wicked, I mean an Edomite. Okay, so let's start it off in verse 1. It says, there was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the band called the Italian band. Oh, there you go, Cornelius, he was a centurion. See, this is where the Christians say that he was a centurion. So they try to say that he was a so-called Roman, which is a so-called white, a self-proclaimed white person. But you do a quick Google search here, which I think I should still have it pulled up. You do a quick Google search here, and just because he was a centurion or a Roman soldier doesn't mean he was a Roman, because even Jews, so-called, the so-called Jews, the Israelites, were able to serve in the Roman army. Were Jews in the Roman army? Yes, Jews served in the Roman army in various roles, including as foot soldiers, generals, and in military units. So just like nowadays, how you have so-called blacks, you have so-called natives, so-called Hispanics serving in the American army, though you're an American soldier, right? Though you're a British troop, right? Though you're an Afghan soldier, right? Though you're in the Korean army, right? Though you're a centurion, right? You can still be an Israelite if you're so-called black, native, or Hispanic. You just are serving for that army. And so that's the first cut. Oh, okay, well, now the juices should start flowing. Now it's like, okay, so now, but let's go deeper. Let's cut deeper, okay? Of the band called the Italian band, verse 2, a devout man, and one that feared the Most High with all his house, which gave much alms to the people and prayed to the Most High always. Oh, there you have it. Anyone can pray. Well, yeah, not anyone can pray. That's true, but the Most High doesn't listen to their prayers, and we're going to get scripture on that. But I want to get this word here: one that feared the Most High with his house. Now, when you go into that word "feared," it's phobeo. And this is where we get the word phobia, a fear of, like arachnophobia, things like that. But the word phobia means to put to flight, to flee, to fear, to be afraid. So it's the very simple, to fear. But this isn't talking about fearing, because see, even the heathen, even the wicked fear the Most High. See, one of the Most High's name is Al Shaddai, which translates to demon-like power. You could fear the Most High because of judgment that the Most High gives to the heathens. It's not talking about that kind of fear. Just because you may be afraid of, for example, Bill Gates, Klaus Schwab, or Hulk Hogan, doesn't mean that you're a friend of his. The fear that this is talking about it's talking about a reverence. This is the word here. To reverence, to venerate, or to treat with deference or reverential obedience. Now, what does reverence mean? The word reverence means to have a deep respect for someone or something. Now, how can you respect someone? Okay, how can you have an attitude of respect towards someone? Well, you have to have a relationship with them, right? Because everyone, just as every human has different likes and dislikes, just as every human has different standards, well, you can't know them unless you have a relationship with them. Okay? You might come across, for example, a woman that likes bad boys. And then you might come across a woman that likes goody two-shoes, per se. But you won't know that until you have a relationship with them. So what I'm trying to point out here is that Cornelius feared the Most High because he had a relationship with them. When you go into Psalms 147 and 19 through 20, Scripture says that the Most High shows his word unto Jacob, unto his people Israel. As for the other nations, he has not done so. He's not dealt with them. So this is the second cut. Cornelius was only able to fear or have a reverence to the Most High because he had a relationship with him. Okay? You cannot not show reverence to someone whom you do not know if you don't know their traits. Okay? Just like we all know who Bill Gates is, but we all don't know Bill Gates intimately. You heathens, you wicked ones, you know who our power is, but you don't know him like we know him. The law wasn't given to you. The relationship wasn't given to you. All right? The covenant wasn't made with you. Scripture says, I will be your God and you will be my people. Now, who was that directed to? It was directed to the Israelites. But let's continue on, because we're going to get scriptures. We got some really good scriptures that we have to get through here. Okay? Verse 3, he saw in a vision, evidently, about the 9th hour of the day, an angel of the Most High coming into him and saying unto him, Cornelius. Now, I think I mentioned this earlier, but the name Cornelius, the root comes from horn, okay? Which we're going to see that in the next precept here in Psalms 148, okay? Horn. So Cornelius means horn. That's where the word derives from, horn. Saying unto him, Cornelius, horn. Okay, saying unto him, horn. Verse 4. And when he looked on him, he was afraid and said, What is it, Lord? And he said unto him, now get this, okay? This is very important, okay? Because this is the beautiful, awesome cut that shows Cornelius is an Israelite. Because this is what it says. Thy prayers and thine alms are come up for a memorial before the Most High. Let's get some precepts. No, let's finish it. Verse 5. And now send men to Joppa and call for one Simon whose surname is Peter. So we have Cornelius is being told that his prayers and his alms are coming into the presence of the Most High, and he's given clear directives on what to do in a dream. Now we with that alone, we could just end the message right here. Because according to Amos 3:7, the Most High will do nothing, but he reveals his secret unto his servants the prophets. He revealed a secret. He told them exactly what to do, okay? Because the prayers of Cornelius went before the Most High. So we could just end the message here, but we're not. We're going to get precepts on this, okay? Because he was given clear instructions, and that alone lines up with Amos 3:7. And I've got some more scripture to show you where on why it couldn't be anyone else, okay? So first and foremost, let's hone in on the part where it said your prayers and your alms go up before the Most High. Okay, let's get some precepts on that. Whose prayers go up before the Most High? Psalms 148:14. He also exalts the horn of his people. Now, horn, I speak as a man, but I just thought that it was a beautiful morsel for us to be able to get the understanding as a little bit of a clue, because Cornelius means horn. He also exalts the horn of his people, but I speak as a man. I just see that, to me that fed my spirit. It says he exalts the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints. Now, who are the saints? Okay, he exalts the horn of his people. The Most High does. He listens to their prayers. He brings up the prayers, okay, to his saints. Who are his saints? Even the children of Israelite, people near unto him. Praise ye the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So the Most High only exalts the praises of the saints, which are Israel. And the reason I bring that up is because it's very important. It says in verse 4, it says, Thy prayers and thine alms are come up for a memorial before the Most High. So we just read in Psalms 148 that only the horn of his people go up, that he exalts the horn of his people. And now even furthermore, we have the second precepts, James 5:16, and the point is in the second half. But it says, confess your faults one to another and pray one for another that ye may be healed. The effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. Now, who is that righteous man? Well, the righteous man is Israel, according to Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before those who afflicted him and who counted his labors as nothing, and they will be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. The righteous man is Israel. The righteous is also spoken about in Isaiah 44 in verse 1, when the Most High calls Israel Jeshurun. Now, what is Jeshurun? Jeshurun, when you go into the blue letter definition, Jeshurun means righteous. Israel is righteous not because we're sinless, not because we're a perfect people, but we are righteous because he is whom the covenant Israel is whom the covenant was made with. Okay? When he counted Noah righteous, it was because Noah was of the bloodline. All right? We are righteous because of him. We are righteous because he chose us. And the righteous prayer the fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether the heathens or whether the wicked pray. It doesn't matter, because the only prayer that matters is the fervent prayer of a righteous man. And we know righteous to be a key word for Israel. Okay, now this is This is the ultimate cut for this one here. Because first, let's go back to Acts 10. I'm getting excited. Acts 10, verse 4. Thy prayers and thine alms are come up for a memorial before the Most High. This is the cut right here. Tobit 12 and 15. I am Raphael, one of the 7 holy angels which present the prayer of the saints and which go in and out before the glory of the Holy One. That is the ultimate cut. Because you have an angel saying, I'm an angel. I send the prayers of the saints. Who are the saints? We just established it in Psalms 148. The saints are Israel, his people. And so Tobit is saying, I send the prayer of Israelites to the throne of the Most High. I go in and out. So I don't see Tobit saying, I send the prayers of the Chinese, the wicked, the heathen. No, he's saying, I send the prayers of the saints. And that lines up perfectly with thy prayers and thine alms are come up for a memorial before the Most High, because they were taken up to the presence of the Most High by Raphael, or one of the 7 angels, man. So it could not have been anyone else, man, because the only prayers that matter to the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, are the prayers of Jeshurun, the righteous one, man, his saints, his people, his friends, his servants, the prophets, man. Okay, now I'm going to show you who it could not have been, because now I've just showed you a beautiful cut that only the prayers of the righteous go before the Most High, and that was specifically stated in the book of Acts. But now I'm going to show you whose prayers don't go before the Most High. This is Proverbs 15 and 29. The Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayers of the righteous. Now, so right here is telling you that the wicked, the Most High is far from them. He's got nothing to do with you, but he hears the prayers of the righteous. Jeshurun, Israel, his servants. The righteous are Israel, so-called blacks, natives, and Hispanics. Okay, well, who's the wicked? Okay, I'm going to make it very simple for you. The wicked is Edom, the self-proclaimed Edomites, and we can prove this with Malachi 1 and 4. Whereas Edom says, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. You know, this going into Revelation 20, going into when the end of the Byzantine Empire, after the devil was loosed from prison for 1,000 years. Right? It says, thus saith the Most High, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. Okay, and that's exactly what they've done. They've been released after the 1,000 years, and they built up modern day Rome, Babylon the Great, America, and the Most High is about to tear down. It says, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has indignation forever. So Edom is the wicked. And Proverbs 15 and 29 tells us that the Most High is far from the wicked. So Cornelius could not have been an actual Roman soldier, because Proverbs 15:29 tells you that he's far from the wicked, and then Malachi 1 and 4 tells you who the wicked is, and then 1 Maccabees 1 and 9 even drives the point further, because 1 Maccabees 1 and 9 is talking about the Greeks, which are the so-called whites, the self-proclaimed whites, and it says this, and after his death, who's his death? His death is Alexander the Great. After the death of Alexander the Great, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied on the earth. Now, who's this talking about? It's talking about the Greeks. It's talking about the 4 generals, man. Who were the Greeks, right? And then it says evils were multiplied because they are the wicked, man. So it could not have been Cornelius could not have been an actual Roman, because Acts 10 tells us that his prayers went up before the Most High. But then Proverbs 14 tells us that the prayer of the wicked, which is Edom, which are the Romans, right, that the Most High is far from them, so he couldn't be a Roman soldier. And if that doesn't prove the point, here are 2 comparisons, because what did we read in the book of Acts with Cornelius? He had a dream, and he was given perfect instructions. This is what to do. Send men to Joppa. Okay? The Most High didn't speak to him in parables. He told him exactly what to do, which lines up with Amos 3 and 7. But now, for comparison, this is how the Most High gave dreams to the heathens and to the wicked. Okay? This is Genesis 41. Now, this is a dream of Pharaoh. Verse 1, and it came to pass at the end of 2 full years that Pharaoh dreamed And behold, he stood by the river. And behold, there came up out of the river 7 well-flavored kine and fattle shed, and they fed in a meadow. Verse 3, and behold, 7 other kine came up after them out of the river, ill-favored and lean-fleshed, and stood by the river, and the other kine upon the brink of the river, and the ill-favored and the lean-fleshed kine did eat up the 7 well-favored and fat kine. So Pharaoh awoke. So Pharaoh has another dream, but I'm not going to read it here because I don't want this message to be too long. But here, what do we see here? We see the Most High giving a dream to Pharaoh, but it's different from the dream that was given to Cornelius. Cornelius was given perfect instruction on what to do. Pharaoh couldn't interpret the dream. His magicians couldn't interpret the dream either. Who interpreted the dream? Joseph, an Israelite, because Amos 3:7 says he reveals his secrets to his servants, the prophets, which are the servants are the Israelites. Do you see the comparison? How Cornelius was given the exact dream and instruction. Cornelius was revealed the secret because he's an Israelite, but Pharaoh wasn't. Do you see that? Now, here's Daniel 2. And in the 2nd year of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar dreamed dreams, wherewith his spirit was troubled, and his sleep broke from him. Then the king commanded to call the magicians, the astrologers, the sorcerers, the Chaldeans, to show the king his dream. So they came up and stood before the king. And the king said unto them, I have dreamed the dream, and my spirit was troubled to know the dream. So he didn't know the dream either. So now I've shown you 2 times in the past where the other heathens had dreams shown to them, given to them, but not revealed to them. Do you see the comparison between the Gentiles and Cornelius? So now we're going to bring it all back together. And we're going to read Acts 10 again, with the understanding that the prayer of the righteous are the Israelites, with the understanding that the wicked is far from the Most High, with the understanding that there were Jews in the Roman army, with the understanding that Cornelius' prayers went before the Most High, okay, with the understanding that Cornelius was given perfect instructions and the secrets were revealed to him. There was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the band called the Italian Band, just like a so-called black native or Hispanic, a U.S. Army soldier, a devout man and one that feared God with all his house, which gave much alms to the people and prayed to the Most High always. Fear is a reverence or a respect, and you have to have a relationship to know what one respects. Psalms 147, the relationship was only with Israel. Verse 3, he saw in a vision evidently, clearly, no parables, no mystery, evidently, clearly. Amos 3:7. About the 9th hour of the day, an angel of the Most High came unto him and saying unto him, Cornelius, Salakia, I'm thirsty. Cornelius. And when he looked on him, he was afraid and said, What is it, Lord? And he said unto him, Your prayers, your alms are come up for a memorial before the Most High. And now with the understanding of Tobit 12, now with the understanding of Psalm 148, now with the understanding of James 5, the prayer of the righteous man is an Israelite. Verse 5, and now send men to Joppa and call for one Simon, whose surname is Peter. The secret was revealed to him, which is a direct contrast with the dream that Pharaoh had, whom the Most High did not reveal it, with the dream that Nebuchadnezzar had, whom the Most High did not reveal it, but Cornelius was given the secrets. The foundational scripture, which we're going to end with this, is Amos 3:7. Surely the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, will do nothing, but he reveals his secret unto his servants, the prophets. I hope this lesson has been edifying. It's a foundational cut that Cornelius was an Israelite, man. The story of Cornelius does not mean that everyone can be saved. We were Gentiles, just as now there are certain of our people that are still Gentiles serving in the U.S. Army, but are so-called blacks, natives, and Hispanics are Israelites. Though you may be 2/3 until you wake up, hopefully. And until the next one, I say shalom.